What is up, guys? It is Jed Wrestling here, back again with another video, and today I wanted to give you guys a little something different. We're going to be doing a deep dive discussion type video today, going into the glaring problem that's been facing WWE for quite a while now, and it is their disrespect of veterans slash legends. I don't want this video to be like 20 minutes long, but it's something I felt like I should talk about, especially after the news that came out yesterday relating to Sheamus. That's right, Sheamus exited WWE. I talked about it in a short and all that, saying it was one of my favorites of all time, and that still endures, man. Even up to like what when he was about to be let go, when that not let go, I mean that he departed WWE, but even like up until yesterday, he was still probably in my top 10 for favorite current day guys in WWE. Just seeing how he was booked in the Triple H era after working his butt off, he had the match of the year with Gunther in 2022. At WrestleMania 39, he had another match of the year candidate against Gunther and Drew McIntyre in that insane triple threat match, maybe one of the best triple threat matches ever. Not to mention him giving Edge the perfect send off back in the summer of 2023. And in that match, he got injured. He injured his neck, and things were just never the same again. He jobbed to Gunther on Raw. He jobbed to Pete Dunne, to Ludwig Kaiser. He had about 25 shots at the Intercontinental Championship, each one centered around this same exact story where he wanted to become Grand Slam. He wanted to win the Intercontinental Championship. And I was fully invested every single time. I wanted to see Sheamus win that dang Intercontinental Championship. Literally just a couple days ago as well, he put out this post on social media. I forgot which platform it was on, but it was like another campaign for him to win the Intercontinental Championship. And then just days later, TKO allegedly asked him to restructure his contract, and he gave them a flat out no, man. He officially exited WWE. He's on their alumni page now. And honestly, good on Sheamus because this guy has been with WWE for almost 2 decades, made his main roster debut in 2009, has always been super over, has always just gone and worked through everything that WWE has put in front of him, and then they just ask him to restructure his contract, probably take a pay cut as well. Like that's not the kind of stuff that you do to your veteran talent who have been there with you through thick and thin. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Right on for Sheamus, man, because he does not deserve to be spat in the face like that by TKO. You could say the exact same thing in regard to Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. These guys were literally the talk of the wrestling world coming out of 2024 and going into 2025 after their insanely good heel turn they had on Big E. And then after weeks, they were losing to Rey Mysterio. They were losing these tag team matches to like the LWO. And then things just never went anywhere for their heel run. They got a World Tag Team title run, and I believe only defended their titles once, and that was the match where they lost them to the Judgment Day. And it was a widespread opinion that the New Day should turn face again here in 2026, but it didn't happen. Shortly after WrestleMania 42, these guys got asked to restructure their contracts as well and take a pay cut. And like Sheamus, they gave him a flat out no because they weren't going to be disrespected like that. So the New Day, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods left WWE. Once again, rightfully so, because Kofi Kingston, he made his main roster debut in 2008. Xavier Woods made his main roster debut in like, I forget, like 2012, 2013 or something. That's a long career for both of these guys. They had a storied career, gave us some incredible tag team matches, an incredible story going into WrestleMania 35 for Kofi with Kofi Mania. And then after all that, they just see him as expendable talents that can just take pay cuts. Like, I don't know, man, it just rubs me the wrong way when they have these veteran talent who have been with them forever, and then they just see them as expendable. Like, they don't even care. Same thing with R-Truth. I'm just going to go into a lot of different people here in this video. This story has been told to death, man. R-Truth announcing his release from WWE. The fans got angry. They wouldn't stop talking about R-Truth for an entire week. And I always knew deep down, like, they could not ignore this criticism. They have to bring R-Truth back. And they did bring R-Truth back. They were going to do this Ron Killings heel run type thing with R-Truth, and then it lasted only like a month and a half before he went back to babyface R-Truth again. And yes, he is one half of the tag team champions, but when you consider the good that could have come out of the Ron Killings run, Maybe he could have won the IC title, the US title. Like, it just pales in comparison. Especially with the fact that they would release him, dude. I mean, like, why would they ever think that releasing R-Truth was a good idea? He's one of the most popular guys in the locker room. He's one of the most popular wrestlers with the fans. That was never going to go over well, and it just further proves that TKO does not care. Another sad one here, dude, The Miz. If I'm being totally honest here, I really don't see The Miz lasting much longer in WWE. I feel like eventually they're just going to cut him or they're going to ask him to restructure his contract and he's going to say no and leave the company. I don't see Miz staying with WWE forever. Especially when you consider his record as of late, man. He hasn't won a singles match since February of 2024. He's been used as a comedy character as of late with, Danhausen and Kit Wilson and all that, which would be good, but I mean, why is he being used as like this shocked zombie? Like that that's just stupid, man. The Danhausen Miz stuff worked because the Miz was a good straight man to work with Danhausen, like he wasn't gonna crack up laughing or anything, and he himself has got great comedic timing. But now with the shock stuff, like it's just getting old. He's repeating his old catchphrases again and again, and like what's the payoff to that, you know? When you guys think legend, I know you ain't thinking Drew McIntyre probably, but he has been with WWE and off since 2007, and he's a multi-time world champion. He's been really popular, and don't get me wrong, Hell in a Cell versus CM Punk, big match. His matches with Cody Rhodes, those are big matches. But he's just lost like again and again, dude. Lost to endless people for the world title. Held the World Heavyweight Championship for 5 minutes at WrestleMania and then immediately lost it. Lost to CM Punk twice. Then was slotted into a never-ending feud with Cody Rhodes where he just lost again and again. And he finally got his moment earlier this year on SmackDown after the Three Stages of Hell match. And then he went on a solid WWE title run, I'd say, but he lost it before WrestleMania. He lost to Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania. And honestly, he's taken some long time off recently, and I don't blame him, dude. But I want to clarify that I'm not saying that I want Matt Cardona versus Sheamus in the main event of WrestleMania 43. I'm not saying I want Kofi Kingston and The Miz to hold world titles again. I'm just saying how they're showing these guys a lot of disrespect with the booking as well as the business practices of TKO. And there are veterans who are doing good in modern WWE. Cody Rhodes, I mean, that's obvious. He's the face of the company. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, those are kind of obvious too. I mean, like, Rey Mysterio, I would argue he's doing good as well. He's not really being jobbed out. He's winning these matches, having matches with Penta and all that. But honestly, I mean, he's like what 51, 52 years old. It really wouldn't shock me if I see a news article pop up that says breaking: Rey Mysterio leaves WWE after TKO asked him to restructure his contract or whatever. Just a few more examples I wanted to talk about here. Randy Orton, dude. Even after a double fusion back surgery, Randy Orton is not slowing down in the ring. He's still looking amazing. He's still super slick and smooth, and they just have not done anything good with him, man. Once again, the jobbing. He's jobbed out to Gunther, to Drew McIntyre. This guy got pinned by Bronson Reed on SmackDown, dude. Like, come on. And then things were finally looking good after he won the Elimination Chamber, turned heel, viciously attacked Cody Rhodes, and then they added this mystery caller crap, and TKO stuck their nose in it again. Had the mystery caller be Pat McAfee, which literally darn near almost ruined the entirety of WrestleMania. And perhaps the worst part is they retconned all that on the night, had Randy Orton attack Cody Rhodes afterwards, punt kick Cody Rhodes, which we've been wanting to see the punt kick for a long time. But then, like, where has he been? He got written off by his own attack. It's been like, when did WrestleMania happen? Like early April? Today is July 6th. Like, where is Randy Orton? I wasn't expecting to get this worked up, but I mean, like, where is Randy Orton, dude? And the retirement examples as well. I gotta talk about Goldberg. I am on the younger side of the fan base. I wasn't alive when Goldberg was hitting his peak popularity in WCW, but I can still acknowledge that he was awesome in his prime. People absolutely loved him, and he helped revolutionize the new big guy type in professional wrestling. And then what happened with his retirement match, dude? He faced Gunther in a good match, put over the next generation on his way out, which I do agree with. But then afterward, he was about to give his retirement speech, and dude, they cut him off. I mean, that just seems like the finger on the way out for Goldberg, dude. Like, that is just straight up disrespectful. And once again, I commend Goldberg for calling this out as he has in interviews because it's just plain disrespect. John Cena's retirement tour, dude, it was a mixed bag. He did have some great matches with the likes of AJ Styles, Cody Rhodes, Gunther, Logan Paul. He had a great story starting out where he's being more cutthroat. He's like, I'm entering the elimination chamber to win because I daggone deserve to be in it or whatever. And then he turned heel, a moment that was shocking, but I mean nobody asked for it. But I think like if they want to make this final run super memorable, he should go on a little short heel run. The heel motives made no sense. The fact that he was aligned with Travis Scott made no sense. The whole ruin wrestling thing made no sense. And I mean, like, where was the babyface John Cena as world champion? He was only babyface for like 2 nights with the world title, and then he lost it. Like, where was the return of the Doctor of Thugonomics? Like, why couldn't we have him have rapped on Dom or Cody or something? And John Cena said in interviews that he wanted to do more dates. He wanted to be appearing like every week on TV, and that would have made for like more TV matches, more storylines, getting more time to play out. And they're like, nope, we can only do 36. I mean, like, why though? And the last name I want to rant about today is AJ Styles. This one wasn't entirely WWE's fault because AJ was pretty set on retiring at the Royal Rumble of 2026. But when you look at his last 365 or so days in the company, like it was just sad, man. We really wanted to see him win the Intercontinental Championship from Dominic Mysterio, and it didn't happen. We wanted to see him in the Money in the Bank match when it was him, CM Punk, and El Grande Americano in that qualifying match, and that didn't happen either. We wanted to see a good like feud program with CM Punk, and all they had was just a TV match randomly. And then no disrespect to Dragon Lee here, but they had AJ Styles teaming, winning the tag team championships with Dragon Lee of all people, like a month before he retired. Dude, imagine what that time could have gone into. We could have had a proper CM Punk feud. We could have had a proper World Heavyweight Championship feud for him. We could have given him the IC title. But nope, here's a tag team with Dragon Lee. It was just such a random pairing. If it was with somebody like maybe, I don't know, Sheamus or Shinsuke Nakamura or something, I'd be able to see it because you know like there's two veterans, they want their time again. That seems like a pretty cool idea. But Dragon Lee, dude, that just makes zero sense. And then his last match being announced like 2 weeks before it actually happened wasn't. I mean, it was probably faulted on like poor time management once again because if they had known beforehand, like, hey, I'm retiring at the Royal Rumble of 2026, then that was an AJ Styles impression, by the way. And they should have made more time beforehand to build that Gunther feud rather than just have I want you to put your career on the line 2 weeks before the Royal Rumble that he just had his last match in Saudi Arabia and all that. The AJ Styles thing is kind of messy overall, but I mean they still disrespected him on his. Anyways, that about does it for today's video on modern WWE's treatment of legends slash veterans. I'd love to know you guys' thoughts on this down in the comments. Don't be shy, don't hesitate. I want to start a discussion type here. Let me know what you think, and as always, I would greatly appreciate it if you were to smash a like on this video, subscribe to Jed Wrestling, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Send this video to your grandma. Jed Wrestling, out.